My name's Bill Jennings. I came up to Austin in 1968. I was an 18-year-old that needed to get my dad said I needed to get a job, so I was walking on Congress Avenue one day and walked past this place called the Vulcan Gas Company, and asked if they needed any help, and somebody in there said, yeah, come back tomorrow when Bobby's here. I don't know who that guy was, but I went back the next day, and there was a long-haired guy with long beard. Said, yeah, we need a janitor, and I knew that'd make my dad happy because he was a janitor at Texas A&M in the 1940s. So this guy turned out to be the poster artist, Jim Franklin, who was one of the guys that was, I thought he was like the manager of the place. He said he would be my boss. And he took me to the restroom there and showed me how to operate one of these newfangled mop buckets where you squeeze it together. This is fall of 1968, and I was 18. So I asked him what the pay was, and he said, well, you're not really going to get any money for doing this, but you can come in the club free and see whoever you want every night, and we won't charge anything as long as you clean up the next morning. He said you can sweep up whatever you want, either throw it away or keep it. And so that's what my job was. I worked there from, I think, September 1968 through the spring of '69. I guess at some point I let on I wasn't making any money and I had to quit the job, but I got to go to the Vulcan Gas Company for the next year or so. I think it must have closed by 1970. I don't remember, but got to see a bunch of fantastic bands. And Jim Franklin was a very nice boss. He wasn't a big extrovert or anything, but he was a pretty easygoing guy, and they all called me Billy. And I would just go in there and clean out the bathrooms. I don't think they served alcohol or anything like that in the place. And it was they had light shows on the walls, I remember, and back then they were already starting to have some of Franklin's artwork up on the walls, I think like they did later at Armadillo. But I remember the light shows really well, and saw some incredible bands, the Fugs, the Velvet Underground, Conquerors, Sheila's Headband, Hub City Movers, which I think had Jimmy Dale Gilmore in it, I believe that's right. And then there was a Sunnyland special, had Angelus Fraley in that one, I can't remember. And had a band called Texas that had a very young Jimmy Vaughn playing guitar for him. I got to see some of the old blues guys, Mance Lipkin, Lightning Hopkins. Got to see the great Johnny Winter, Freddie King. He was live then. Saw him many, many times. He was almost like a regular house actor. I would, years later, the year after that, when I was working another job, I get to come back and hang out, and I get to go backstage and hang out with the musicians there, which was really thrilling to me at that age. Got to meet Lou Reed and Tracy Nelson and Mother Earth, which are my favorite musicians. And I don't know if I really have one particular story about the place, except I was dating a high school girl the next year and got in a lot of trouble by taking her there real late at night. Took her back to her house, and she was crawling back into her bedroom window and fell into a bunch of garbage cans. And her dad chased me down the street with a gun. But that's the last time I probably ever went to the Vulcan, the last time I ever saw her. So.